What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Zabo? Ooh, that's different.
It stopped again, nephew. Hey, everybody.
Welcome, welcome.
This is Big Jeff
This Shanita.
coming to you live from No Days Off Radio Production with the number one show in the land.
Nothing but the truth.
All right. Want to wish everybody a good Friday as usual. Hope everybody had an exciting day at work or at home or at play or whatever you did today to make this day go by. And hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope you had a good day. Hope all is well with families, friends, and folk.
TGIF, guys.
Definite. So we got you a good show today, and the topic of the show today is who can you trust?
Who can you trust?
Who can you trust? All right. So we was having a conversation, and as usual, the conversation led us to making this today's topic.
Mm-hmm.
And we want everybody to have a mindset and join in on this conversation. Who can you trust?
Right.
Everybody take a few seconds and think about what we're talking about today. Who can you trust? All right. But before we get started, I want to give a moment of silence for the young. Adults, so there are people without period. And everybody feels like where they are safe.
Mm-hmm.
They're safe. And for something like that to take place, that's devastating. And then on top of it, it had nothing to do with the people who was hurt. So
That's
who
crazy.
can you trust now? It's not about where can we go to be safe anymore. It's about who can you trust when you go to where you feel like you want to enjoy yourself or feel safe at or whatever the case might be. You know, everybody's not out looking for trouble. You know, and I have said this before, you know, in troubling situations, if you have an issue with a person in your neighborhood or person from another neighborhood or people period, it's you know where each other is at. You know what I'm saying? You know where these people hang at. You know where the person you're having an issue with hang at or be at or probably live at. Why wait till you get in a public gathering
Right.
to try to settle a score, and you try to settle a score by shooting long distance or trying to fight, you know, random people or this, that, and the third. That means you can't. That means must be scared of the person you having an issue with. Because if you want somebody bad enough, it's nothing that can stop you from getting to that person.
Exactly.
To where other people has to lose their lives or get hurt physically, mentally, you know, and totally scarred for life. You know, who can you trust on those issues? You know, if I'm in a park with somebody and I'm not expecting for this person to be trying to settle a score with another person, that put me at a risk. Because that person hasn't told you that what their motive really is. And they see the person that they are having an issue with and just go to shooting and you get shot. I get shot. You know, to me, that's a violation of our loyalty to each other. So I can't trust you. I can't trust you. If you can't trust a person well enough to be able to go somewhere and feel like you are safe, or you're not in harm's way, or whatever the case might be, hey man, that's the wrong person to be around. You know, you never know what people have done before they came around you. You know, so that's a big if and when.
Right.
You
You
know,
know, you've been involved in any kind of disputes or argument with somebody, and there's opportunity you may run into them. It be some chaos. Why would you take that type of beef, you know, into a public park like that, knowing that innocent bystanders are there and can be attacked? That's crazy.
that's right. Or around the people that you associate with.
Mhm.
You know, and not give them the heads up that, hey man, I just had an altercation with somebody, so you know I'm gonna stay away, or y'all might want to, you know, go a different way, because if I see, you'll be able to tell when they're talking if they're being real or if they're bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Either or, you gonna know. You gonna know what they own. You know, so you can't let people change you. We can always be together, but you can't let people change you and change who you are. You know, I just had this conversation with some more people.
Mhm.
You know, about who they work for and how they work for them and how their employers handle the employees. You know, we all have been victims of that. If you ever worked a job, you know, it's always the big fish always want to keep the little fish in the small pond instead of trying to let that little fish get in a big pond so it can grow. Because if you have a lot of CEOs, who gonna be your employees?
Exactly. What they say, a lot of captains on the ship.
Well, hey man, you got a lot of chiefs and not enough Indians.
That's it. Woo! And starting a
You know.
new career. Ooh wee.
Yeah. So
You run into that a lot. I'm like, you know what?
it's gonna happen.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody want to tell the new person what to do.
Yeah, and everybody trying to get a position.
Mhm.
So who's best to go at than the small fish? You know what I'm saying? You don't see too many sharks trying to eat sharks, unless they baby sharks. But no adult sharks are going to try to eat adult sharks.
Right.
It's not gonna happen. Not that fast. Not that fast. You know, so this is a topic that everybody can relate to. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to kids. You can relate to it. Who can you trust?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have ran off a lot of people that called themselves being in my circle,
Ooh.
us being parts of the same circle.
Yes.
You know, and when shit get to going,
Ooh.
they showed me I couldn't really trust them. They were just playing their role. You know, but I couldn't get mad.
Right.
I had to embrace it and accept it. You know, it's no reason to get mad. There's no reason to get offended because the truth came out. You can't get mad at the truth. It's no such thing that things going on in Fulton County, Georgia, to where the truth is coming out.
Ooh. Yeah.
And all the people who played a role in it are tucking their tails running, trying to do any and everything to keep themselves from being roped up. It's too late for that. Because a lot of names finna start being mentioned. I'm gonna start throwing a lot of names out there to try to make the system say, okay, they got to be a part of this. Put everybody on the investigation. You put 29 people on the investigation. Put 29 or 49 or 59 more on the investigation.
Right.
You know, let's get to the bottom of it.
Because what we were talking about earlier is how many complaints that Big Jeff has filed with various governmental agencies here in Fulton County, from the district attorney's office to the governor's office to a whole lot of offices where he's filed complaints. And as of today, no one has yet to respond. So, you know, that speaks volumes.
So now I'm beginning to think either they holding it back or they just throw the paperwork away. You know, because of who it was about. You know, and then and then on another hand, it could have been because a lot of people was playing a role in it. So it's either or. But at that time, I can't trust nobody.
Nobody.
So I wasn't really too tough looking for a response. What I was looking for is what happened. For nobody not to respond, so that I can assure myself that the people who had hands in it were in higher places. So they told on themselves to me. That let me know that it was just like I thought.
Just like you thought.
A lot of big people playing a role in it. You know, and it didn't all have to be big. It just people, period, that was in these positions, able to control paperwork. That's what you call that. They were able to control paperwork. Who gonna tell? Who gonna say something? Now that it's coming out, somebody might will say something now. Somebody might will, and if they don't, that don't stop me from continuing to say it.
That's right. You got to move forward and continue to do what you do.
I can't stop because it's not over with for my family. And I can't say that enough. That's why I say a RICO case is not over with for my family. My family is still paying the price for it. You know, and you all gonna know in a minute because I'm gonna speak on it. I'm gonna have a show and tell everybody what the real Rico was about
We got some
with
things.
YSL
Got some things in the making, guys.
and my family.
Stay tuned.
So we will be getting to that. You have to say the best for last. So who someone can call in or send us a text or comment or however, and share with us some things about people who you feel like you can't trust. Who can you trust?
Yeah, who can you trust? Or as Escape say, who can I run to?
Who can you run to?
Who
So,
can you run to?
we got a lot of things, man. We got a lot of people who wants to see you fail at something, wants to see you not grow, wants to see you be put in a position to where it can hinder you more than help you. When you can trust the people that you're in a circle with, you'll know. Because they're gonna go to the same lengths that you'll go to for them. Then you know who you can trust. When things look like it's getting hard, or things are getting difficult or being difficult, they're gonna do something to help you out. They're gonna do something, they're gonna make a sacrifice.
To make your life a little bit better.
There you go.
Without you even having to ask.
So there's a lot of things that we can stand on to say that these are the things that you have to be humble to and say, who can I trust? Cause there's some people who can paint a damn good picture, man. Until shit get going. When things get going, you know who with you. You know who for you. Put it like that. When things get going and everybody start bailing out and getting your excuses, you know those are the people who are with you. But the people who stay and try to help make something happen to keep things going, those are the people who are for you. Hands down.
Yep.
It's a tough fight, man. It's a tough fight when you when you have to try to figure out who the people you can trust that's right there with you every day. Right there with you every moment. Right there with you every time you go through something, they right there with you. But nobody ever makes a comment. Nobody never make a suggestion and say, well, you might be doing this the wrong way, brother. Or you might need to backtrack and check yourself.
Shoot.
You know what I'm saying? And let's try to figure it out. It don't cost nothing to be supportive. Nothing. It don't cost you nothing to be supportive of the person that you are for.
Right.
Because when the person close to you feel betrayed in some kind of way, that's a conflict. That's a conflict. I don't want to be around somebody who feel like they can't trust me.
Right.
I don't want to be around somebody who feel like, I'm gonna try to lead them the wrong way.
Right.
Or I'm not gonna try to be there for them.
Right.
Some kind of way. I don't want to be around those type of people because see they gonna show it. You just gonna have to pick up on it. And they gonna show it until you pick up on it.
Right.
But now, ask yourself the $64,000 question.
What's that?
What am I gonna do when I do pick up on it, or when I do see it and figure it out? Am I gonna handle the business then, or am I just gonna prolong it?
It depends for me. Sometimes it depends on how severe the betrayal is. I may say something right then. And sometimes it may take me a minute. Like, for instance, I had a situation where people get jealous of the things that you do or the way other people take to you. And they try to come in between that. And I may not recognize it right away. Like, I do that often. Like, I may not catch it right away. I may catch it, like, some days later, I'll be like, you know what? Let me think. Such and such said this, or I'll catch a slick remark or a slick reply, or I'll have somebody to inbox me a little smart comment about what I looked like on the show today. And honestly, I always know who it is, even though they think I don't. I know who it is. Yeah. So sometimes I don't say anything. Sometimes I let it go. Sometimes I will say something right away. Like if at Burger King or if I'm at a restaurant, my food wrong, I'm gonna say something like, "Hey, I need you
Well,
to
you
check
got to say
this."
something then. Yeah, you got to say something. You got to say something then. You know, so but you got people who play a lot of roles like that. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to me always saying that people have angles.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Not anger, angles. People have angles. So you have to really pay attention to people that's inviting themselves into your circle.
Mhm.
You know, it's a reason for that.
Mhm.
You know, no one is gonna just come around you and start hanging with you without it being a motive behind it.
And the thing is, it was said one time, well, you for you, of course. I'm gonna always be for me,
You're
but
supposed
I'm
to.
gonna be for you too. If you're somebody who I care about, and if you're somebody who I love, I'm gonna be for you too.
That's
But I'm
right.
always be for me too. Absolutely.
Who wouldn't be? Who ain't for them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but circumstances make things different.
Yeah.
You know, circumstances make it totally different. You know, to where, you know, like Shanita said, sometimes you don't pick up on it right away, but you do eventually.
Mhm.
You know, so that's when you have to make a decision. That's when you make your executive decision when you pick up on it. You know, so everybody is suspect of that. Everybody. No one is excused from being looked at like that, regardless. Because there's always some people who sits back and just consistently throw things out, man, just to see how you're gonna respond to it.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
because they have a perception.
Exactly. Have a perception, and sometimes you just have straight up imitators. You can say something, and then you can turn around and see it on a podcast or see it on something later, and you're like, now I know for sure, but they don't support you. You don't even know they watching you, but you know for sure. So, you just gotta, like I tell my son, live your life. You can't worry about what people think
The
because
he say, she say.
you're gonna always have somebody who don't like you, or and you always have supporters that you don't know as well. It goes
That's
both
right.
ways.
That's right. Never know, man. Never
Mhm.
know who's in your corner.
Right.
You know, and that's been a known fact throughout life for me. You never know who's in your corner until they have to reveal themselves.
Mhm. And the comments say always Lux Pro 2206. I think that's Michael saying often imitated. Yep. Often imitated. Uh, God got me though. Rihanna and T.I. said that. Oh yeah. I'm trying to
You
hang
know,
around
so
you for a Rolex. No, I ain't trying. I don't use people, honey. If I
who
want
said that?
I think that's Michael. If I want a Rolex, I will go buy my own. Or God bless me. I talked to my father about a Rolex. I don't use people. I'm gonna get you right when I come across some money. Michael, go
Hey
to
man,
sleep.
a Rolex is not the deal.
I don't even wear
You know,
watches.
so you know, it's bigger than material over here.
Definitely, definitely bigger than
It's bigger
material
than
over here.
material over here. You know, so that just a heads up for us. It's
He
bigger
said, "Yeah, that's me. What's up, Big Jeff?"
than. Hey, I'm good, man. I'm good, but that's the wrong thing to say. That's the wrong thing to say, man. You know, and I know you might be saying it without thinking about it, and knowing that it can do more damage for you than helping you
Yeah.
to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you gotta know people in order to speak on people.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So we gon' we gonna leave that alone and let you make a decision on if you need to apologize for making that comment or you need to rethink it.
He just don't know. I'm more
You know.
like Meek Mill say. I ride with my Rolls Royce on E. Like
Thank you.
I'm very non
Shit,
materialistic.
so, hey man, so that's an understatement, brother. And I'm telling you that myself. So yeah, we gonna leave that alone. Cause I ain't gonna have nobody insult my colleague like that. Cause I'm for her, not with her. You know, can't nobody draw a wedge between this relationship right here.
Nobody. I don't
Nobody.
care. Y'all can hang it up.
Nobody.
Not happening.
And I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you are the one who said that because now you part of the show. Who can we trust?
Uh-oh.
Who can you trust?
Who can you trust?
What if you had to taken Shanita out on a date? And then now you come back and say something like that. And she done put her trust in you to be real.
Ooh. Okay. Tell him. See, I told you. Bitch Jeff will check.
See, so now you making her have second thoughts. And she actually liked you. And I'm telling you that from me to you. She actually liked you. Now, you might be done put your foot in your mouth, bro. I'm just giving you the heads up, because I can't be nothing but real.
Oh, my God.
I can't be nothing but real.
Oh, God. This is funny.
So sometimes we have to think about what we say, man, before we say it, especially when it's an insult and not a compliment.
Yeah, Michael. I don't think you meant to be insultive, but it's a little bit. You said something last week, too. When I went, because after the show, I always go back and watch. And you said something about my shirt. We'll get you right. Will you order that off Shein? Ain't nothing wrong with Shein. What you talking about? I order from Shein. I order from Nordstrom's. I order from all over.
Fashion Nova.
Fashion Nova.
Yeah,
hey, I
TU.
might walk in Walmart and
Thank
find
you.
something I
TU,
like.
all that.
Yeah.
The clothes don't make the person. The person make the clothes, brother. I want everybody to stop feeling like you have to compete.
Right.
What are you competing with wardrobe?
Yeah, right. I like I tell my daughter, I don't care what's in style. I like what I like.
Thank you. You want to be comfortable and look good in what you put on.
Exactly. Hey.
So where it come from or who the designer is don't mean nothing. I know some people who design their own clothing.
Oh yeah, me too.
Look better than the shit y'all go pay thousands of dollars for.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna shout one of them out that I haven't shot out.
So, Donald Trump just told y'all a year ago that you're being ripped off for paying high dollar on prices of clothing, pocketbooks, anything.
Yeah.
Because it's foreign. Yeah, you're right, it's foreign. Cheap as hell. We got people buying what they call them Birkin pocketbooks. It costs $15 to make them, but you're paying $15,000 for it.
15.
That makes sense. If that don't make you feel like a damn idiot, something wrong. Something is wrong. My head coach, one of my coaches that coached me in high school throughout, he used to get Jordans sent to him. The new Jordans, all of them, sent to him. He paid $10 a pair because they was coming from overseas where they were making it at. Get over here and we paying $200, $300, $400, $500 a pair.
Mm-hmm.
To where Michael Jordan himself said, long time ago when he first did his endorsement, I think they charging too much for my shoes.
Wow.
Michael Jordan said that is himself because he knew better. He knew better. He knew for what it took to make a pair of shoes for him. That was 20 times too much for what they was charging for. and they was charging you for it because they told you they was Jordans.
Yeah.
Hey man, I know I can go get you a lot of pair of shoes, man, printed with a man on it with a basketball in his hand. That don't mean that's Jordan.
Exactly.
Jordan was just the face of it.
But I do like Jordan shoes though.
Yeah, he was just the face of it. How much time and effort do y'all think it take to put Darden on a pair of shoes? They bought the name. He's a brand. No different than Shaq, Patrick Ewing, the Mutombos, the Bruins, you know, the AIs, all that. It's just brand. They are brands.
Brands.
Y'all probably will never see them wear those shoes, but they got them. You know, when they make those shoes, they get these guys so many pairs of them, they can't wear them all. They have to give them to friends and family. It'd be too many pairs of them.
He said that Yeezy talked about getting his shoes down to $20. I think ever since Reebok, wasn't he signed like to Reebok?
You know, so, you know, and that's all they should be worth. Hell, it ain't nothing but a crate with a foot opening in it.
Yeah.
What was so special about Yeezys? Somebody make me understand that. What was exciting about Yeezys, man?
Them kids wanted them Yeezys. My baby wanted her. She got her pair.
And it was all because
She loved them.
Kanye West. Bad man.
Somebody in the comments say they were great.
Bad
They
man.
were a great shoe.
Bad man.
But they were comfortable. I tell you that. My baby loved her Yeezys.
They're supposed to be.
I
It's
never
all
got
foam.
any.
It's all foam. It's supposed to be comfortable.
He said something.
It's no different than you wearing a Croc.
Oh yeah, I love my Crocs. Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
it was like it's just like wearing Crocs. They just had a unique style to them.
Kanye been running the fashion game.
Been
Okay.
running the fashion game, man. The fashion king. You know what I'm saying? Because he did it his way. See, that's what we got to look at. It ain't about how you do it. It's about you being allowed to do what you want to do as a brand, not what somebody telling you to do. So he created that look,
Yes.
and it fit because it was just like him, a odd dude.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, guess what Mr. West found out?
What's that?
He was dealing with some people he couldn't trust.
Preach. That's it. Back
He
to
was
the
dealing
topic.
with some people he couldn't trust.
Exactly.
They don't care, you know, they don't care how big you are because they bigger.
Mm-hmm.
They can move more mountains than you because they can give you a bad look like they tried to do to him.
Yeah.
So now he found out these are some people I couldn't trust, even though they made it look like I was their man to them.
Right.
You can't trust them people. They're about money. They ain't about liking you. I know white people who can work together all day, every day, and can't stand each other. But they gonna get that money together.
That's right. We can be cordial. And see, that's the thing too. At some of these protests and stuff we go to, you have different people want to be there, want to stop you from being there. You got to go and remember your purpose and what you're there for.
There you go.
You know?
Cause they'll laugh in your face and then stick you right in your back
Mm-hmm.
just to make themselves look good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even about that. The situation don't have nothing to do with the clout.
And you just don't know. Some people would do, they do
Anything.
anything for clout. What? They
Anything.
do anything for clout. Like,
So you know, we gotta be mindful, man. Of the
I
people
try not
who
to call
are in
people
our
out.
circle.
I ain't gonna call nobody out. But yeah, people do
When
anything
people
for
in
clout.
your circle, you got to be aware of what their motives is to be in your circle.
Mm-hmm. You could be in a doggone boat in the middle of the ocean and you trying to cover up the doggone hole in the boat and then you look behind you, she darn putting water in the boat,
Water
like
in
trying
the
to
boat.
sink the boat. So
There you go.
yeah, you got to find that. You got to make sure that you have the right people, and it is a learning curve, and I don't know if it comes from maturity, because I think I learned early, but then again, as an adult, it was a different type of learning that I had to learn. When my circle changed, when I started hanging around with more influential people,
That's right.
it changed again. And like with my son, like I have to tell him too, he have some friends that are celebrities, but and he want to invite other friends into that circle because I don't know if you know he roommated with a, a a child of a celebrity, and that was his roommate for years. They went to high school, middle school together. So that's one of his best friends, but he want to invite people over to their apartment, and I'm like, you can't do that
That's right.
because of who this child's father is. You can't invite everybody over. You can't show everybody where you live.
That's right.
You can't take him everywhere.
That's right. No one should ever know where you lay your head at. No one, unless it's your close and personal people. No one should know where you lay your head at. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's on any level.
Mhm.
That's on any level. You know,
Yep.
but it's just a one phase conversation.
Mhm.
Who can you trust?
Who can you
man?
trust? And like they say, new levels come new devils
Come
now.
new devils.
No, that's true.
That's it. They come in all shape, forms, and fashions.
Right.
You know what
And
I'm
the
saying?
higher you go, the more
The more they get to be.
influence you have, the more the drama comes with it. So that's just part of the game. Like I tell my son, you want to be a musician, you want to be on stage, you think everybody gonna like you?
Nope.
No.
It's a billion people. Over a billion. It's a billion people, over a billion people who can like you or dislike you or be neutral.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And some just gonna, hey man, I'll take it how any kind of way it go.
Right. You always have
So
someone to have something to
can-
say.
So you can never please everybody. So why try? Why put that much pressure on yourself? You cannot satisfy everybody. You cannot please everybody. You cannot take care of everybody. You can't do nothing for everybody. It's impossible. That's a hell of a run. Jesus took a fish and some bread and fed many.
Mhm.
But they didn't never say he fed everybody.
That's right.
He fed many, not everybody. Now, could he have done it? I believe he could have. But that was the worth of it. I'm going to feed those who want to be fed. Everybody else, you can't worry about them. You can't save them. You can't save them. You can never save everybody.
Right.
It's impossible. Because everybody has their opinion on how people do things, what people say, how people act, the whole 9 yards.
Exactly. And once you show me that disloyalty card, baby, guess what?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap for me.
It's a wrap.
I'm not Jesus.
Thank you.
I want to be more like him, but I'm not there yet. Once you show me your disloyalty card, you won't get a second chance.
You don't supposed to. 3 strikes, everything ain't 3 strikes you out.
I'm telling you.
Some things is 1 strike and it's over, buddy. According to how you did it and how it was done. On what level it was done on. You get 1 strike. And the judicial system shows us that
Yeah, it does.
a lot. You got some people done had 17 strikes, never went to prison. You got some people get 1 strike,
One.
wind up in prison for the rest of their life or for a long period of time. one strike.
And that's something else I used to post. I haven't I intentionally this year, 2026, I have not posted about any of the inmates that have been murdered in the Georgia prisons. Which I looked at it today. I'm gonna post some soon. I took a break from that because um, it was so depressing, and it's so depressing at times and so overwhelming depending on what other things I have in my life going on. But I realized today that this is information that the public needs to know, and I am going to resume posting about those inmates that have been um, mistreated behind bars up to the point of actual murder, and one actually personal to me. My brother Tay, that's normally up here with me, that was here last week. We found out that his brother was stabbed in the neck and in ICU, and it took a while for them to even notify family and let them know, what happened. So it's very important for us to remember those that are behind bars and to continue to support the inmates and be there. If you know somebody that's there, a lot of people don't have family to come send them anything or put money on their books. And not saying that that's the only support that you can do or give. You can do more, like taking a phone call here and there, writing a letter. For the holidays, let them know that they're not forgotten. We love you. We haven't forgotten you. And, just try to support people.
Definitely, definitely. Support can come in on many levels. You know what I'm saying? It come on many levels. To where I have a friend of mine whose brother, and this is so ridiculous. Her brother was transferred from prison to the county jail. And I'm gonna say this again. Her brother was transferred from a prison to Fulton County Jail. Okay? And he had an altercation. Yeah, he had an altercation with officers before he went to prison. And when they sent him back to Fulton County recently, the guards or somebody jumped on him. You know what I'm saying? To where she has to actually do a lot of things, man, to try to get justice for her brother. And it's at the point to where they're trying to keep him held, I guess, until he becomes well enough to be shown or be taken to court or whatever the case might be.
And that's what they do. They cover it up.
So these are the type of things that we don't see. You know what I'm saying? Our Fulton County government is so crooked.
Oh my God, guys.
To where if for her to have to go through something like that, it make you want to tear the jailhouse up.
Right.
It ain't even about the officers anymore. It's about being straight up, standing on all 10 toes, getting some justice. And it's sad that a man has to pay his debt to society, and then when it's time for him to be released, he still get taken advantage of, by being beaten.
Right.
But when you reach out to these legislators and you reach out to people who's supposed to be authority figures over these type of situations, they're so locked in to being on that crooked shit themselves to where they already got a jump off for you to tell your family. Make your family feel like, you've been lost in the system again. You know what I'm saying? So.
And they good about covering up some stuff, because you guys see what happened with the bed bug incident.
There you go.
There are so many other incidents that have happened that you guys don't know. And right now, Fulton County is trying to move the inmates into ICE detention centers. Did you guys know that? Did you know that?
So, nope, I didn't know that. So, These are the lengths that they are willing to go through to hide things that happens in the jail every day. So like we say, who can you trust?
Who can you trust?
These supposed to be people who are sworn in to protect and serve us, regardless of what the situation is. But why should a man be tortured for something that happened years ago, then paid his debt to society for, and then come home and be abused again? And now, this is the sad shit about it. He's being abused by people who probably don't even know him, just heard about what he did.
Right.
Or what he was incarcerated for. You know what I'm saying? Because the system has changed so much. It got to be people who don't know him. They're just looking at his paperwork, seeing what he locked up for.
Mm-hmm.
So they're using it to their advantage now. That's what these officers do.
And don't think just because we all are the same race that means anything. That means nothing.
Your race can be prejudiced
Your
towards
race
you.
could be extremely prejudiced towards you. That has nothing to do with it.
So we've been trying to get some justice for this brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We've been really trying to get some justice for him. And as soon as he becomes able, to where they can take him to court or whatever he has to do to finish, getting his time taken away, we're going to support him. We're going to stand there. And soon as they release him, it's going to be a misunderstanding. And it's bad you have to do that.
Right.
Because, they're going to take it out on the inmate. They'll take it out on the inmate because his family is showing support.
Or if his family do a press conference, or
thank you.
They will retaliate against the inmate.
So that's it. That's the type of Fulton County government we have right now.
Right. And I had a guest that had I had invited on. Well, he was in my inbox again. Another guy, not Michael, and he was wanting to talk about what we can do to help the inmates, things of that nature. So I invited him on the show. Well, I told him who was all going to be on the show, and that's the day we had the inmate to call in. Yeah. Well, he wanted to know what was the name of the inmate calling in, and I'm like, why is that relevant? I don't give that. I don't provide that information for the safety and the security of the inmate that takes time out of their schedule, risk getting caught with a phone to call in. Why would I give anybody the inmate's real name? That makes no sense to me. So he was like, well, if I don't know the name of the inmate, I'm not going to come on the show. So, whoop-de-doo.
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 So, we don't care.
We don't give a flip.
Because we have to be mindful of what we, people names that we protect, because they're still going through what they're going through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to put their names out there, that can be detrimental for them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So no, we're not going to do that. And then we also have to understand that these could be people listening to the show that's in these positions.
Right.
Because they listen to these shows we do.
And then he catch a charge by us giving out his name for what? What would it have benefited you for me to give you his name?
His name. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Just think about, pay more attention to the situation than the person. Right. Let's see you do something about the situation that we speaking on. Go to the Fulton County Jail and go flow to flow and talk to the inmates and ask who's been discriminated against because of their charges or this, that, and the third. They'll tell you. Do your damn homework. Do your own footwork. We're not gonna do it for you, and then you do what we're talking about today. Show us that you can't be trusted.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
Felicia said, right. That's his confidentiality information. Exactly. Thank you. That's exactly right. That's his information. Is extremely highly confidential, and I would never break the trust that the inmates that contact me have for me. He's not the only one. I would never break their trust. Like the topic of the show. Who can you trust? Well, they can trust me, and I can't be bought. We can't be bought. Tell them, Big Jeff.
Say what? Can't be bought.
Right. So we're gonna protect who contacts us
Look
with
back
the
and check that.
information, even with the group, the HCR group that I work with. When the inmates call us and they tell us about the stabbings and what's happening behind
Okay.
bars, we have been focused on Georgia. That's just because we're in Georgia. However, I get calls from New York. I get calls from all over now, and we
Look, girl.
welcome those calls. We're not gonna say we don't want to
You want to
talk to
say
you
something?
because you're not in Georgia. So the inmates do have a rapport with us and they do trust us, and we will always protect their information at all costs.
Okay. I'm finna bring you on the air.
We have a caller that's coming on the
You heard
air.
me? All right.
And anybody that wants to come, you guys want to call in?
So we got a caller on the line that wants to say something, in probably address a situation or however. But that, like we say, our show is about the people. You know what I'm saying? And when our people call in or whatever, y'all know we make them the host. So
Right.
we're gonna let her identify herself in the manner she wanna identify herself in, so she can speak to the people. So
And we also want to give a shout out to BMF Wavy 718 for sharing our podcast. We thank you for that.
thank you.
We thank you.
All right, so caller, identify yourself and say what you got to say.
Yeah, I currently have a little brother that's incarcerated at Fulton County Jail. He actually been incarcerated since May of 2022.
Mm.
His original charge was some drug charges and a pistol charge where he had just actually was released from prison from doing 10 years. So, but I mean, with the gang affiliation and all that stuff going on, so the gang members got a whiff that he was down there, and they started jumping on him and whatever. So he got into it with an officer, and they got into it. So what ended up happening, they ended up dropping all his charges is dropped. His original charges is dropped.
Okay.
But his current charges, I just spoke with him actually like an hour ago. He went to court this week. So his current charges is aggravated assault on an officer. So he was indicted last year. He pled it out. He was explaining to me this last night. He couldn't understand how when he cleared it out last year for another charge, 2 days later he was indicted
Again.
on the aggravated assault officer charge.
Yeah.
So when he went to court, they refused to send him to court. Let him come in court because this is what he spoke on last night and told me. He asked to see the indictment because it's saying that he used a weapon on the officer, and he want to see. They should have footage. If he used a weapon, then he want to see the footage.
That's right.
Okay.
They should have body cam. Yeah.
So right now they trying to use mental health on, which he's a very intelligent young guy. They told him he had to do a mental health evaluation. That was last year. So he actually was sent to prison and he had to go to Chicago to handle the situation. So he just got back. We'll release from Chicago, and Fulton County came and got him.
So he's back in Fulton County right now.
He's in Fulton County right now. So when he went to court, I think it was Tuesday actually when he went to court. So when he went to court on Tuesday, they told him he had to do another mental health evaluation. But my question is to the courts, why does he have to do another mental health evaluation? And why was the first mental health evaluation halfway done? Because if you're saying that it wasn't completed, in which manner wasn't completed?
Not completed,
and
yeah.
why was it completed?
Yeah. So they just, that's just like you know, in what she's speaking on, I have spoke on the YSL trial. A lot of times, what they do in the courtrooms now, what in the courts at Fulton County, what they do now is they try to throw a distraction in.
Right.
See, and that's the distraction that they have thrown in on this young lady in
Oh
her
no,
family.
let me get back to it. So last year, it was this young fella I ran into, and he was like, give me that. He was like, hey, you talk to your brother? And I was like, nah, he really don't call like that, you know? He was like, man, let me tell you, you really need to your brother, boss. Because I ain't going to use all of them. He was like, you really need to get in contact. Stop slamming stuff, Jesus. You need to really get in contact with your brother. He said, because I was just down there with him. And he was like, we was on our way to court. He was like, they doing your little brother down there so bad.
Yeah.
He was like, we was on the way to court. And the officer just slammed his head up against the wall. I mean, you can go on DOC website and see his face.
Really?
Like, it's like they beat him so bad you won't even be able to recognize him
Oh my
when
God.
you see it. He's like, he's not gonna call and tell y'all
Right.
because of his ego.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
he was like, and then he's like, he said, I'm telling you, y'all got a lawsuit. You really need to get in contact with your brother. So when he just got back down to Rice Street,
Mhm.
like he called me when he was in intake, and I'm like, call me. I said, listen here, don't get these people no problem. Woo. You know, just bye so you can come on and come home.
That's right.
So a week passed, I ain't heard from him. A week and a half passed. So at this time, I'm concerned.
Mhm.
So I literally hired an attorney just to go down there and lay eyes on him.
Mhm.
You know, to make sure, you know, that he's, you know,
Okay.
up or whatever.
Yeah.
No, and that's a shame that you just have to spend money on an attorney just to make it. So he told the attorney that they refused to give him his PIN number. So they just actually gave him a PIN number, I want to say Monday.
So that he can call you, because you got to have a PIN number in
You use
Georgia
the
to be
phone.
able
Right.
to use the phone.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it because our guests may not know that. But
Yeah.
So he just got a
So-
PIN number.
Right, and he's saying that the medication that they giving him, he's saying he refusing to take it because it's not working. It's doing a reverse effect on him. No, he's not comfortable with taking it or whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm begging and pleading with him, and I'm like, look, just whatever you do, just abide by what people say. You know,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, they already mad because you done fought one of the officers.
Yeah. That's it.
So they getting paid every day for you being in there, so they don't care how
They
long.
don't care how long you sit in there. That's
Exactly.
right. That's right.
They don't care. And
That's right.
oftentimes Fulton County will leave you in there and forget about you. So
Definitely.
you
Oh yeah, I had my friend was in there for 9 years and 8 months. So yeah.
So we commend you for being a mother to follow up. Like you said, you hired an attorney to come down and check
That's her
on
brother.
his status.
It's her brother.
Oh, that's your brother.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Even been a sister to
That's
call
right. That's right.
and to advocate for your brother. That's exactly what he needs, and that's what he's gonna need until he gets out. There's also what they call the accountability court.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, if there's some type of mental health condition, you can apply for that. But for some reason, in the state of Georgia, they don't tell you that. They don't tell you about the different courts that you could apply and get your case handled differently.
Yeah.
Right.
My
So
whole thing, y'all order another mental evaluation. Okay, can we get a timeline? Who's doing it? When they're doing it? How they doing it?
Well, then
A
they'll
month, 6 months, a year. Like I mean,
then they'll hit you with a well, we don't know, we can't make that
Right.
decision and all that old bull crap.
or you're not authorized to get this
Yeah.
information on this inmate
Yeah.
because he's an adult. So
Right.
you're
He'll tell you
doing
all
right.
that shit.
You know, there is a department.
incapacitated with he. I mean, in some reason, y'all, just because a man know his rights, y'all want to label him mental health.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. They have to paint. They try to paint that picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm speaking on. They try to put a narrative there to distract everybody, knowing that they're doing some real foul shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's a blessing for him to have a family member that has enough balls to stand up and support him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I went through it in the YSL Rico case with my kids, with all of those kids.
Whereas the prison system labeled him as a gang member when they had the riots. He got locked. He been incarcerated, I think, since 08, 09.
Wow.
But they had a big gang operation. This man was in a one-man cell, no visitation, no phone call, no commissary for 7 years.
Wow.
Damn.
And that'll make you have mental health issues, even if you didn't have them when you went in there.
Thank you. They make you a mental health patient.
Exactly.
That's not the same person as when he went in 08, 09, whenever it was he went in. You know, just thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, it drives me crazy.
They mentally torture you.
I'm about to have a mental breakdown. Like, it's just too much. Cause that's not the only thing I'm dealing with. You see what I'm saying? But just to know, that's my baby brother. And then my other baby brother, he was killed execution style in 22. So, you know what I'm saying? That's the last one I got. My mama dead, my sister dead, my dad dead. Like, God dang on it. Like,
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry.
Well, what we can do, and you can send Big Jeff your brother's information. And I have a contact with the Department of Justice that I was speaking with, and I need to go back and refresh that contact and get back with her because she was somebody that was working to handle some of the harsh and horrible conditions that are going on in the Fulton County Jail. So I'm going to email her.
She's running for Commissioner Mo Ivory. I think she's doing a pretty good job of advocating for the inmates.
She is. I just seen today where there was a grant. Fulton County approved a $1.2 billion budget because of Mo Ivory. She raised concerns over the inmates' transfer plan because they're trying to transfer them to ICE detention centers, y'all. Like ICE. Like we're talking about ICE that Trump ICE, President Trump ICE, where we know that some of these detainees have been pretty much missing, and some of them are being shipped to different countries, you know. So
because what it was with him, right? He had a bond, right, on his charge, right? Mm-hmm. But he's locked up in Chicago, and then he had a court date a couple of months ago for his county and come and get him. So that means it's an FTA. So that's what he went back to court for. FTA. It's an FTA on y'all part because
y'all didn't come get him. So they gave him a failure to appear because he didn't.
That's intentional.
Because they didn't come get him. So if you have an attorney, you know, and again, we're not authorized to give legal advice, but my personal opinion, I would have the attorney to file a motion to recall that bench warrant.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
That's right. You know, because you know that's intentional.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And we've been through that game with them. They do things intentionally. And so that's why you need to, I would recommend contact the Georgia Department of Ombudsman office. They're an office that helps with complaints about your loved one that's incarcerated. Contact them. Also, stay tuned to the show. And come back on next week. I'm going to reach out to my contact at the Department of Justice because one thing that I had asked her before the last conversation we had was to provide me with a number where the outside people can contact the Department of Justice.
Yeah.
Because Fulton County is already under investigation with the Department of Justice.
And you can't trust them.
Right. And so my question was, who can you contact then? Okay, we have all these families with these stories and these things that are going on. Who are they to contact? So she was supposed to give me some information as to a phone number for you guys to be able to contact. I haven't reached back out to her, but I promise you I will do that. That's on my to-do list.
Okay, I appreciate it.
So, you know, because we do advocate for these guys, you know what I'm saying, a lot. And Shanita is the traveling activist.
Yes, sir.
She will go to any state, any county, I don't care where it's at, and she will represent. She represents to the fullest to where she actually be preyed upon for dealing with Big Jeff as well.
Oh, yeah.
I pray.
So, you know, she rode through the whole YSL case with me. That's how we met.
Yep.
You know, and since day one, she has been standing 10 toes down with Big Jeff.
That's right.
You know, so that, you know, and then this is a lot of why we started this podcast. So that we can tell the people and give the people the information that they need to do things like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For their loved ones. You know, that's why we welcome anybody to our show to speak. That's why we give everybody the motion when they come to this show. You are the host of this show. You know, so these are the things that we put together because people need to hear the real story.
Real stories, not the fabricated
Thank you.
ones.
Going on like it's crazy. Like nobody care, but once they get put in position, one of their family member, oh, now they want to change.
Now they
There you
care.
go.
We always say
There you
that.
go. Always.
Don't wait till
You
it
know what I'm
happens to
saying?
you before it matters to you. We
There
say
you
that
go.
all the time on the show.
Always.
And we definitely appreciate you. Your voice matters. Your story matters. We thank you for sharing your story with us. And
we do assure you that we are going to keep talking about this situation. You know, that's what we do.
yeah.
Yeah, see, we
And I can even set it up the way he can call in.
oh yeah, he can call in. You can have him to call in, and we'll let him speak his piece. But we won't. We will keep him confidential.
We will keep his name.
Yeah,
and
we'll
everything
keep him confidential
confidential.
because of us knowingly knowing from experience that a lot of guys.
The whole thing is they don't think about those officers and whoever judges and all that.
Yeah,
You never know who know who.
There you go.
Exactly. Exactly. So why would we say somebody's name? So that just
yeah.
floored me.
So
but
you know, and then on top of that, man.
Yeah,
You know,
not even only that, you never know who and you
there
doing
you
that
go.
dirty work.
There you go.
And they gonna can bite you like.
There
when
you go.
Dog
So-
come to the left.
See, and that's why I say I take all the responsibility.
You know,
Come
and
at- come at
I
Big Jeff.
It only take one thing for you to be in this position with
That's
everybody
it.
else in.
That's it. You know, so that's why I
About a
take.
book law.
That's why I take all accountability for what we do and say on this show. Come at Big Jeff, cause see, I'm gonna say what people scared to say, or what people feel like they have to be cautious to say. I don't have to be cautious to talk. Ain't no caution in talking. You know, if they can create a story about us and it's fabricated, why can't we tell the truth? And the people and it's not fabricated. It's the truth.
Exactly.
It's the truth.
true.
You know what I'm saying? So
And
you
a
know,
lot of times they don't want to hear from the families. They
Amen.
want everything to be hush hush and
Thank you.
sugarcoated. We like to hear from you guys.
thank you. This is y'all show. This is you all show.
Let you guys go.
All right.
Well, thank you, and we appreciate you again for calling in. And feel free, like I said, follow up with me. Make sure I'm going to reach out to my contact tomorrow, and to see what to get some resolution going here.
Definitely. And if you listen, Shanita gonna give you her info, and
Yeah.
you can contact her through her info.
You guys can contact me on Instagram at Absolute Justice Now. My picture is there on my page. It's at Absolute Justice Now. I do check my inbox. I will be responding to you guys. It may not be right away, but it will be within the next couple of days. Definitely, as soon as I get the information, I'm going to post it. And I'm going to post it on my page. And I will resume telling the stories of the families that contact me and what's going on with their loved ones behind bars. And again, thank you for calling into the show. We appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
And
All
let
right,
your
and,
loved one know that we have him in the prayers and we welcome him to come and tell his story too, okay? Your brother.
Yes.
All right, and thank you for calling in to Nothing But the Truth.
All right, lady.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so these are things that we have to speak on, everybody. We have to, because it's always a situation that we don't know. So to hear from the family members themselves, hey man, you got to take the responsibility and put it on the people who's supposed to be responsible.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because here's another family that's being played with the system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all on pretense.
And nothing horrible
You
than to
know,
have a family member behind bars and you can't reach him.
you can't reach them.
Oh, he don't have a pen. He can't
Thank you.
call. That's
Thank
you know that's a horrible feeling for a person to have with their loved one behind
Hello?
bars and incarcerated. So we think we may have
Hello?
another caller. Uh-oh. Okay, so, but yeah, what we were saying, it's just, it's a horrible feeling to have a loved one that you can't reach.
Jeffrey.
You
Hey.
don't know if he is, if if they're
said what?
being tortured or what, you know, because
Huh?
like me and Big Jeff sat through the LaShawn Thompson case
Yeah.
with the bed bugs.
Yeah.
So we understand what's going on with that. We're
Who
going to
it
catch
is?
up on some of the comments in here in the chat room. Let's see. Is that somebody
Yeah.
want to talk?
So yeah, we gotta start supporting each other, man. Whether we know each other or not, we're still family. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I have told y'all 3 years ago, I don't believe in ops. I don't believe in ops. You got people who you're gonna deal with and people who you're not gonna deal with. That don't make them an op. That just make you not in agreement with what they're doing or what they got going on.
Right.
That don't make you an op.
Right.
You know. So
'Cause
we're not on that.
Right.
We're about supporting, being supportive, and staying supportive. You know, so we don't have that type of mindset here. You know, everybody's family. Hey,
We thought we had another caller, guys, but
yeah, you
we
can call in. I'm finna
actually
put you
we
on
do.
the air
We do
now.
have another caller. We're trying to.
I'm finna put you on the
Get
air
on
now.
air.
Somebody was on the air already. All right, hold on. We got another caller calling in. Now the caller, identify yourself and let us hear your story.
Hi guys, it's J.L. Jones just tuning in. Jeff, you're gonna have to. Hi, Shanita.
Hi.
You're gonna have to fill me in. Well, I
Well-
see the title.
Who can you trust?
Yeah.
Nobody but God.
All right. That's it.
You right about that one.
Nobody.
Nobody
but the Lord.
but God. You can't even let your left hand know what the right doing these days.
Sometimes that's absolutely true. We just had a caller to call in. I don't know if you heard the last call, and she was just telling us about the horrific things and the torture that her loved one is going through in Fulton County Jail right now, and how he's been transferred and labeled as mental health, but not getting the correct medication adjustment that he needs. And what I told her is that I was going to reach out to my contact at the Department of Justice and make sure that she follows up with what she promised me, and that was she was going to provide me with a telephone number so that the public can access the Department of Justice directly and call and share their stories and things of that nature. So that's what I'm.
Sure, you want to put the contact out there? I can get it for you.
You already have that contact? Because I have a contact that I was working with. I didn't want to give her information out on the air.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's going to give me a number so that the public can have as a number to report issues concerning their loved ones in Fulton County and also in the state of Georgia, because that's what my conversation with her was about.
Absolutely, and nothing has been done up to this point.
Nothing has. Well, there's been an investigation. The Department of Justice did give the Fulton County Jail some guidelines and some issues and some concerns that need to have been addressed. The last I checked, Sheriff Labatt was working on addressing those issues. I'm not sure how much into the list that he completed or didn't complete. But obviously there's still more work that needs to be done. I've actually had a conversation with Sheriff Labatt myself, and I'm sure that I can also revisit that conversation with him again as well to to let him know some of these concerns that are coming up again. So
Absolutely. And not only that, I would go through all the different channels, not just the Department of Justice, but you do have to get a hold of um, the person that is over the entire Bureau of Prisons
exactly.
and local jails, so that way the accountability can happen all across the board, especially when it comes to medication and conditions. And they
Exactly.
have to have those records trump tight within that jail.
Right. And so and they don't, and we know that. And what she was saying is that it's just it was hard for her to even speak with her brother because they didn't give him a pen. And we all know in Georgia, in order to make a phone call while you're incarcerated, you have to have a pen. And so he just got the pen, and he's actually wanting to call into the show and talk about what's going on with him. So I gave them my Instagram at Absolute Justice Now, to send me whatever information they want to send. I'll be happy to pass it along and to get the right help for them. And also, like Big Jeff said, who can you trust? We have a rapport with the inmates. They call us, they report things to us, and we would never disclose their personal information to put them in any harm or danger. So we have to let you guys know that as well.
And what a lot of families that don't know with incarcerated loved ones is that there's actually a whole handbook that shows the type of treatment, when they're supposed to receive it, if there's medical issues, how often they're supposed to see an inside nurse, doctor, and they're supposed to be transferred if there's already testing or treatment into place. I do have a copy of that.
Please send it to me. Can you inbox me at Absolute Justice Now?
I can.
Okay.
On which platform you said?
That's on Instagram. I can also provide you with my email address. I just didn't want to say it on the air.
No, or I can get it from, or we can get it from Jeff.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
as soon as we're off air
So
or
she
whatever,
said she
we
got
can
a
connect.
handbook that has all the rules for the inmates on
Yeah,
what to
she
do
do.
if they're not have their medication and things
Yeah,
of
she
that
do.
nature. So that is absolutely phenomenal. That's fabulous that you have that information, and that's helpful. And it probably pertains to the state of Georgia, or is it just particularly with Fulton County?
No, so what I did was strictly Georgia for the other situation with Jeff's
Yeah.
other son.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
So I have everything.
Thank you.
And I also have contacts in there that I used to get him what he needed. And I'll be more than happy to give you everything that you need to be able to assist them. Or any family that's out there that's listening, they have loved ones that are incarcerated, and for sure that there's mistreatment going on, there's things that are happening. A lot of people don't know that there's specific rules that they have to abide by taking them jobs.
That's right.
And what I wanted to do was make sure that those things were being taken care of. And when I went through the handbook and I compared it to the medical file of Jeff's son, it was obsolete.
Wow.
Yeah.
So nothing had been followed. And what I noticed is a lot of different places, they don't tell families that. They don't tell
No.
families the exact resources that are out there that could help them
Right.
get through any of this. They don't do that. And that's what your guys' platform is so good, because you guys give the information to help the public fight the right way.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And also,
And you have to do it the right way,
You
because
have
to.
to.
that is the only way that you win. You have to play by the rules. And
rules.
what you find is when there's a lot of misconduct,
yeah.
the handbook is null and void.
Mhm.
Those rules are not followed.
Wow.
So
Right.
if you learn them to the T, you can fight them in a different manner, because you're using the same things they abide by.
There you go.
And you're their boss.
Exactly.
You pay the taxes.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
put them there, and you can get them out of there the same exact way. And don't trust what you're told. That is number one. Who can you trust, right?
Right.
You
You
can't
trust.
trust whatever you're told at face value. You have to pull records yourself. You have to look at it. And you always resource with someone that you can trust, that is going to get you the right information, help
Right.
you move it along. If anybody keeps you stagnant, it's for a reason.
Exactly.
That's right.
Because a lot of times they feel helpless. The family feel helpless, and that's what I was telling her. There are people that care. We care, and to each one, teach one.
That's right. And to piggyback that, I was, I ain't been I've been kind of under the weather for a couple of days, and I just received some information about my son Gregory King today, and today is his mom's birthday. Happy birthday to my sister, my ex-wife, Bertha, Big Duck, Mama Duck.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Mama
Bertha.
Duck.
And we received some news today, to where my son had to be taken to the hospital in prison. Gregory King. That's my son that I spoke on that can't hear or talk. He's 100% mute. That they forced some time on. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've been kind of like putting my work in on. But from what they were saying, he had kidney issues. And
Which they knew when they
yeah,
took him in.
which they knew.
Because I reported that.
Yeah, so he had swollen up
Bless his heart.
to where they had to take him to the hospital. And we was informed that it's almost 100% chance that he has cancer now. So yeah, so
And so this
for
is a
Fulton
whole
County's
different
sake,
fight.
they better hope that it's not, because we
Because
know
that
that
facility is not ready to
Yeah,
house him
yeah.
in that condition.
yeah, because we know that they have not gave him medical attention. We know this for a fact.
For a fact.
Yeah, so if something is
Well,
going
I mean,
on,
we have it on record.
Definitely. Definitely.
All of his stuff has not been
Definitely.
attended to. And when you're not attended to, the last time I had checked in, he was so swollen then.
Yeah,
And when I had to raise all of those issues there
thank you.
about that, it had to go through 5 phone calls up to 2 bosses in order for somebody to put eyes on him to say,
There you
yes,
go.
he is swollen.
There you go.
Right? So getting to this point and hearing this right now, it's not surprising to me, but
Nah,
there's liability.
that's right.
Because these
That's
are
right.
all stuff that's on record, and I know personally I made a record of
That's
it
right.
there.
And we are fully aware of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going through a real mental issue right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping that's not making me sick. To
And
where,
stress, that's the number one thing.
yeah. So,
I mean, I spent many years in medical, and that was my absolute specialty, trauma. And stress does a lot of things to the body. And
yeah,
families that have incarcerated loved ones in facilities that are not maintained properly is an extra stress that
yeah,
every parent goes through when their
That's
child
right.
is housed in a facility where you know that it's dangerous. They don't have the adequate things that they need. The facility is falling apart. All of these different things that you put into play, and you have a sick person in there that can't communicate,
thank you.
that can't say I hurt, can't say I'm getting swollen, can't say any of that. And they'll say, we're still going to house you here.
Yeah.
When
yeah.
there's specialty, when there's actually a protocol that you have to follow if an inmate comes in and has any charges or has to be incarcerated for whatever reason that they're there, if there's medical conditions, there are certain protocols that have to be
They
followed.
have to be followed.
And in Gregory's case, they've been missed all along.
Absolutely.
So to hear this is
Yeah.
disheartening, because
Yeah.
they could have had fluid off of this body a long time ago when his system started acting up
That's
before
right.
they even started.
That's right. So,
My
you
God.
know, it's something else to deal with. Like I say all the time, man, our case, our case is not over with. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
It's not over with. We still fighting.
Absolutely.
You know, and I got to continue to fight, but I got to be healthy to fight.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm really hoping and praying that we don't have to go this way. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's not gonna be good. I'm guaranteeing people it's not gonna be good on my behalf this time. Enough
Well,
is enough.
I just wanna put a reminder out there that power of the tongue is real. So I speak nothing but life and healing over Gregory.
In the name of
I
Jesus.
speak nothing but positivity over his life, that
Yes.
everything is going to change, not just from the courtroom, but from his health and everything that is being done, that it is canceled.
Yes. In the
Yeah.
name of Jesus.
So we
Because you are only as happy as your saddest child as a parent.
that's right. That's
When
right.
you are a parent, you are only as happy as your saddest child. So when you have several children wrapped up in it, you have a sick child that's wrapped in it, it's going to take a toll, not just mentally, but physically. And that's where I always preach to you, Jeff, to always take care of you. Because without you being healthy, you're their main support, you're their main fighter.
Definitely.
Of course, with the mothers, you know, the mothers are never want to take it away like you're by yourself. But I'm saying you take a lot in on every single aspect.
He does.
Definitely.
He does.
So yeah, I got
So
and I
just
have
remember that your health is first. Like, you have, in order for you to get them to where they need to be, you have to be at your healthiest.
to. That's right. Oh yeah, definitely.
So if that means shutting off the phone at 8 o'clock and you're done for the rest of the night on just phone calls, on just hearing people or just dealing with things, you got to have that mental time to be able to sit back and allow yourself just to be free of that.
Definitely.
Because it matters.
Definitely. You know,
It really does matter. But power of the tongue is so real, and I'm telling you, God is revealing nothing but truth. I feel like 2026 is a year of truth, and I feel like everything that has come to attack will be demolished this year.
Yeah.
It just can't keep on going forward, and we're speaking life.
I touch
We're
and agree
speaking
with you on that,
positivity.
sister. Amen. Amen.
We're speaking righteous.
Amen.
We're speaking that it is innocent, and all of these egregious attacks they're going to be done. It's been for decades. It stops because you're going to cancel it. You just have to put that power behind it mentally, because everything that we deal with and everything is off of what we put out. So if we're stressed out into the world every day, that's what we're going to feel. But if you wake up in a fighting mode every day and you know that you're going to prevail and you're going to win, it's coming.
Yeah.
I don't think, Jeff, if you really just sat still for a moment and you look where it started and look to where it's at now and how far of the footsteps that you've already taken, you're already there.
I do it every day. I do it every day.
You're already there, and it's all going to unfold the way that you need it to, and you'll have your moment. You'll have your I told you so moment, but you're not even going to have to speak it because it's going to be so real.
So real. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I feel it. I pray it. You know, I've been a strong prayer warrior for y'all, and whatever force I got to do and look up stuff and get in contact, I do whatever I need to do. Yeah. I know that we going to have a win.
Definitely.
And we going to have a big win.
And I feel it. I know it. I'm speaking it into existence.
And this win is not just going to help your family, it's going to help thousands of families.
There you go.
Because you're educating during the process and you're helping others in the process in these situations.
Absolutely.
And I salute that.
Definitely.
So yeah, that's where we at right now, man. We got another stone we got to step over. So
Absolutely. But this one, it's already declared. We already claim it. It's
definitely.
it's it's going. Everything is going to work out exactly where it needs to be. Everything has its timing, and we had to learn things. And sometimes the people involved have to learn things, and there's lessons that have to be learned. And I
Yeah.
feel like right now, lessons have been learned. The truth is there, and it's just waiting to crack wide open.
Definitely. Right.
But I applaud you guys because you guys are steady, just reach one, teach one. I always say that. That's my thing. So I love Shanita, put her reach one, teach one, because that is truly the motto. Like, we've really been helping each other get
That's
through.
right.
And then all these people that pour in that didn't even know that
Yeah.
there's a such handbook to help them.
Yes.
What do you mean they violated his rights this bad? And when you
Definitely.
read it, it's like, wow.
Wow. Yeah.
And then when you hear, oh, well, this person's been locked up in solitary confinement for 5 months. Then when you read that that's not even allowed,
Thank you. And here's
you can fight it in a whole different way. What do
Thank
you
you.
mean that's not allowed? There
And
is
But see-
actually time limits.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
if it goes past the 7 days, you literally have to have a mental health team
Yeah.
that takes them out and does mental health assessments on
Amen.
them.
Nobody knows
the
stuff
lady-
like that. That's
the lady that just spoke before we called you back. She said
Yeah.
her brother was in solitary confinement for
7
7
years.
years.
Yeah. And I bet you not one time that had been on the news.
Absolutely.
Because the family probably didn't even know what the
They-
handbook says.
Amen. 7 years.
Yeah. All the Mandela rules are in effect when you have stuff like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so to get an attorney to fight for those is separate from,
It's civil rights attorney.
from the case.
Right.
You know?
It's separate. It's separate from a criminal attorney because we're dealing with their civil rights that have been violated. So, you're right.
Well,
Different-
you have to get one that deals with the prisons.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because a lot of them won't. So a lot of people think, okay, well, I got this attorney for this case, I'm fighting this case, and when they go off, if they get time
Right.
and they have to go off to prison and do any time, that attorney is done when you're sentenced,
Exactly.
unless they're gonna do an appeal.
Mm-hmm. That's
But
right.
your everyday treatment in the prison and fighting for those rights and everything else is a whole separate case,
Whole
and
separate
that's what a lot of
ballgame.
families don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, they think if they call the prison to complain about it, that is where that's as far as they can go. They don't realize that everybody has a boss.
That's right.
And when you're breaking those type of laws and you're keeping people contained in a box with no windows, in the handbook, Shanita, they even have what the cell requirements are if you keep somebody in that magnitude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And see, again, we commend you. We thank you so very much for telling us about this handbook. And I'm going to make sure that we get it and put it out there and send it to as many people that, I can get it. You probably already have it scanned. So maybe we can get it scanned if it's not already scanned.
It is actually already scanned, and just so you
Awesome.
know, it is in Jeff's email from
Got
when
it.
we did use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta forward that to me.
I did. I would always just forward. So he does have, but I know that's probably a very long time to go back
Yeah, so you
in.
gotta
So I
resend
will.
Yeah, send it
I will
tonight.
resend it.
Okay.
So you
Thank
guys
you.
have it, and that way, anybody who's local to you. So what I did was mine locally, and then I did your guys's.
Yeah.
And so that way, I had both, and I was able to, because I'm helping out a different family here right now.
Okay.
See, their son is locked up, and he's going through a lot of that, but he's 14.
Oh wow.
And so, yeah, and he's with the big boys.
Wow.
14.
Yes.
That's
What-
not legal.
What is his
Yep.
his charges or what?
14.
Yeah.
Yep, 14.
And they sent
And
him
he-
to
and
jail.
yep,
Why they put
discharging
him?
a weapon.
Mm. And they put him with the
Yep.
big boys. That's
Wow.
because they think they can do
What
what
they
they
want
want
to
to
do.
do, and then want
Yep.
everybody to be sitting up here and be mad and hating the president, and they sitting here doing the same thing or worse in our own
Thank you.
backyard.
Thank you.
You know, so
Well, his phone privileges were taken away from 3 months, so he couldn't even call home.
that's
Wow.
because they don't want you to know what's
So,
going on. Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't know nothing. So I've been helping them over here. So I did the state over here as well. So that way, and then come to find out, I mean, there is thousands more just like him. So
Thousands.
I felt defeated because I need a team.
That's
Right.
Literally a team
Hey, let's
to
go.
be able to advocate for half of the families. One of the gentlemen, he's been in solitary confinement and hasn't made trial yet, and it's been 6 years.
Damn.
That's
Wow.
Has not even had a trial yet.
You got
He's
a
still
lot of that
waiting
going
to
around,
see.
Man. You got a lot of it going
it's
around.
so and it's like my thing is why some of these attorneys. I want some attorneys to step up to the plate.
That's right.
That have bar license that
Represent
can
these guys,
do
man.
things pro bono sometimes. It's
Yeah.
not all the time about the money.
But even if you represent, even if you been
And see,
paid,
and
you still
that's
know
the
the
thing.
law.
Like what about humanity?
Thank
You
you.
know?
But see, that's where the whole public defender was supposed to be in place, right? For families like that. But the type of attorneys that you run through that I have seen state to state that are public defenders, they don't do great.
No,
Don't have good quality.
because they part of that system that they represent.
Yeah.
They're paid the minimal by the state to
And they do the
represent you, so
minimum
they're
work.
not getting paid well.
They did all that.
And most of
It's a
them are
setup.
brand new in their career.
Exactly.
but
They
see-
get the young
But
ones
see,
that
what a lot of people
yeah.
don't know is public defenders get paid off of convictions.
Correct.
That's how they
So
get
if
paid.
I'm
So they get paid
if
for you
I'm
being
a
convicted.
public defender and I have somebody facing a murder trial and I'm brand new and I'm 25 years old, I'm getting paid the bare minimum for this
Yep.
guy.
I'ma
Who's
make
going to
you
put
take a
in
plea.
all the extra work? These people aren't.
Exactly.
And then we make you take that plea so I can get a check.
Exactly.
Because I get paid.
Correct.
off
And
of
then you
conviction.
have a young man with no evidence that's being sent for 25 years.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. So, you know.
And so that's the outcome, and that's what we're trying. So, me helping this family, I had put out a whole blast. You know, if your family has gone through something that is incarcerated like this, you know, please email. Well, they just kept on pouring in.
Well, let's repost that. So
There you go.
if you send that to me again on Instagram, I'll make sure it gets reposted. I'll make sure it gets shared. And we can, like you said, we can continue to share this information that's helpful to these loved ones about these handbooks and about the
right.
ombudsman office and different ways to help. We have to keep doing it, and also we can go to the parole board meetings as well, just like you know they have their meetings and they have open floor
That's
where
right.
you can make comments and stuff like that. We got to stick together and start doing this.
That's right.
Absolutely. And it would be beneficial too. So when you guys have it, make a whole segment out of it and go over what their loved ones, what the rules are and how it's supposed to be abided. See, what you only hear is what the inmate rules are.
There you go.
Okay.
Right or wrong. You only hear what they are supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do. You do not hear what the expectation and what the rules are of the actual facility.
Exactly.
Until you request it and pull it.
Okay. And that should apply for every jail, you know, and every
single
institute.
one has
Everyone.
it. If you are licensed, opened, and operated, if you are a state, a government, or a federal facility, there is a book
That's
That's
right.
good.
behind every single one.
Kind of like at
And
your
it has-
job, a standard operating procedure, pretty much.
Definitely.
and it has the name of who's in charge of that facility and who is their boss. So who does the warden of that area report to, or who does the head person, the officer in the jail report to. Everybody has somebody.
That's
That's
true.
right. That's the truth.
Everybody has a boss going all the way up. And so nobody talks about what the rules are that they have to abide by keeping your inmate, your loved one safe, taken care of, and if they are in conditions that are against the law according to their handbook that they put into law.
Right.
So what I tell them when I went, I'm not fighting you on nothing that you have not written.
That's right.
Exactly. You make these laws, so
Correct.
exactly.
So all I'm doing is telling my inmate to abide by what rules they were given, and all I'm asking is why these were not abided by. So then you pull the records. Every family member has access to your loved one records. All they have to do is put your name on that you can receive them. After your name is down, you can request whatever you want and get those nurse visits. If they're sitting in solitary confinement, see how many times mental health came. See how many assessments they've had. See how many times the test has been given to them to see if the solitary confinement has put them in a mentally fragile state. All of that is written in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So-
Thank you. Thank you.
So you guys have that, and we'll chat with that. And then when I get to my location, I'll give you a call, Jeff, and then you can just give Shanita my information too.
Okay.
And that way I can just give her stuff when I come across it as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, we
Hold
thank
on
you
for 1
guys.
second.
Well, you guys have a great night.
Yes,
I got to get my grandbaby.
That's enough to say.
So I got to run. But anytime you guys give me a call, you guys already know I'm here and I'm willing to help wherever I can.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, so we're gonna let JC take us home today, and
All right.
we're gonna let JC end the show, and we also have a song that we are going to play, for everybody, and it speaks on who can we trust. Who can we trust? So we have implicated and demonstrated, and we appreciate all our listeners for listening, as usual, and we just want to make everybody have peace for the weekend. Hope everybody have an enjoyable weekend, and do what you do. Enjoy yourself, enjoy life, and we're gonna let Sister JC take us home, and we'll see y'all next week at 7.
7 o'clock, guys.
All right. So JC,
7 o'clock.
we need you to repeat after me. This is JC,
This is JC,
Big Jeff,
And
Big Jeff, and Shanita.
and Shanita coming to you live from No
Coming
Days
to
Off
you
Radio
live. No Days Off Radio
production
production.
with the #1 show in the land. All together.
#1 show in the land and the best band.
Yes, sir.
Nothing but the
But
truth.
the truth.
That's
And
right.
we out.
And we out.
You guys have a great night and
Thank
safe
you.
travels for everybody. I love y'all and may God bless everybody on this Good Friday.
We
All right,
love
we
y'all.
love you
and
too.
good night to our listeners. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we love you too.
Thank you.
All right,
See you
so
next
we're
week.
playing this song, and we're gonna let y'all go home after the song. All right.
Bye bye.
They still on that.
Yeah, a couple. They leaving though.
OJ's backstab.
Tell them come turn the camera off. Bye, guys. We finna play the song.